I don't know if this microphone's working. Oh, I can hear myself now.
On that microphone or?
On, I don't know if it's from this microphone.
Let's see which one this is.
You want to see my microphone? This is my microphone.
There, that should be it.
Is that?
Yeah.
That's the microphone?
Alright, so now try G.
Don't pay attention to the messy desk next to me. What exactly are you trying to do there?
Just getting it to be filled with the desktop.
Alright.
Photoshop seems to hate to work with anything.
It wasn't Photoshop though.
Or PowerPoint.
Yeah, PowerPoint is special. Let's start over. Let's pretend none of that happened. And I'm going to try to do this in 20 minutes so we stay on schedule. Let's see if, I don't think that'll happen either. Alright, so I'm trying to figure out if you can, what you can see by watching myself here, and I think that we're on the camera right now, and
That's because you have like a 1 minute delay.
Yeah. I don't, is it really, it's not a 1 minute delay.
Okay,
No, stop confusing me. I think I need to just figure it out on my own. And so that, it's just, play nice now, Ozzy.
So,
it's stressful. It's stressful. I don't think that.
Back out. Now switch over to display capture. Oh, you had it for a minute there. Okay.
Really? Can we'll just start the recording? Like, I don't think that I can start the recording, so like the recording I'm going to have to download from YouTube and then delete all this stuff at the very beginning.
Let's see if the audio comes through.
Yeah, the audio is coming through. I can hear it. There is no audio on here until the very last slide.
Well, hopefully that one works.
Right. Wow. Hopefully. Okay, here we are, and better late than never, I guess. I should probably tell myself this starts an hour earlier than when I'm actually starting, so that I start on time. To kick off, let's start with the registry report. And this is just a high-level overview of what's gone on this past year. We're going to review the births worldwide of Caspian horses, and these are just reported births from all over the world, not specifically from our own registry. They could be unregistered with another registry or with ours. There were 25 purebred foals born since the last time we did a report, so this kind of eclipses into December a little bit, but it was from the last time we made a report. 12 of those were colts, same as last year, so colts are doing pretty well, representing also again 5 sire lines like last year, but they are different sire lines this year. We have 13 fillies. Last year there were only 24 purebred reported in the preliminary numbers. This year 25, so we gained one, and we gained an extra girl, and representing 7 dam lines, and I think we did 6 last year. I'm going to have to make sure I get my numbers correct on this, but this is the current birth rate that we have. It still fits within the range of births that we have had for the last decade, but it's on the low end. We prefer more than that for conservation reasons. The other problem, of course, is this is worldwide, so a lot of these horses that are being born are still very far apart from one another, and it will be hard to bring them together for breeding, and this would be more ideal if they were all in one location for conservation, but they are dispersed across continents and oceans. But yeah, and then there's my note that this number does include foals born since the last annual report, which does take in some that were born in the end of December. So of the sire lines that we have represented, these are the 5. Don't make me say them, I think that'll just take more time. But as you can see, Talia Noor is very well represented. This year we have Sarab, which last year we didn't have any, and I think Palang is also represented here this year and wasn't last year, but I'll have to double check. This is good to see some diversity come back. There are rare lines still that we didn't get any births reported this year, so hopefully those stallions will keep producing. Dam lines represented. We have 8. So my number was wrong on the first slide. I forgot to change it to an 8. Anahita, we had 3 foals that were born. Mary, 2 foals. And I wanted to say that the Anahita primarily came from Australia, and one of the Mary came from Australia. We have Alamara, Deweese, Shirine, Miriam, Kanum. And I'm probably butchering the pronunciation, but, you know, they are spelled phonetically, and the Farsi name is not in our own text. So I'm sure there's a proper way of pronouncing these, and we can all get together and try to figure that out another time. It will be fun. The exciting thing here is that we have some rare lines that have made a good showing, and we have had more dam lines this year than last year. that are represented, and some last year didn't make it to this year, but not a mare doesn't have a foal every year, but although probably could. The people who are breeding aren't always breeding their mares, or seldom breed their mares, which kind of adds to why the numbers are pretty low. We need more numbers and we need more breeders so that this won't look so sad. I mean, we have breeds of horses out there where you put a couple zeros at the end of some of them. Registrations for 2023, we imported 3 new Caspians that came from other registries. So these were Caspians that had been registered but were not yet registered with CHBA. We processed 6 new registrations. Of those registrations, 5 were foals that were born since last year, and that accounts for 20% of the known Caspians born since last year. So our registry is capturing about 20% of the foals that have been born. And I kind of want to highlight this. It's a pretty significant chunk for as few as there are. So it would be nice if, in a way it would be nice if we didn't register that huge amount, that huge percent based off of a handful of foals. But it's also nice to know that the registry is getting seen and is being useful to people who want to register their foals. Of course, this rate may change if additional foals are reported or born after this report. Some people don't announce foal announcements or announce their foals at all, and they just sort of get registered later. I know of some horses that didn't get registered until after they were 10, 12 years old, and but it's always good to keep an eye on the current year so we have an idea of what is in circulation to the best of our knowledge. So and we have a 2024 promotional offer for next year on our website, or you can contact the registry, chba at caspian.horse. We're offering free import certificates to register your herd or newly purchased registered Caspian horses. So if you get a Caspian that's not been registered with CHBA yet and it's registered with another Caspian registry, you can get a free import certificate. This is a value of, I can't really say because I haven't looked at my pricing today, but and recalling from memory, I don't want to misquote myself. So this is just for the certificate only. It does not include the microchipping and DNA typing if that has not been provided or if it is not done. So these registered horses that are being imported, if you have the DNA report and the horse is already microchipped, then you can just fill in the form and get a certificate. Of course, if you need to microchip the horse, you have the option to use the silver registration certificate. And if you need DNA typing done, we can do that, but for an additional cost, because we charge at cost. We don't pad the price on DNA typing, but the cost of DNA has been going up. This last year, a lot of DNA labs have increased their costs on that. We have not heard from our DNA lab about increased costs yet, but it's probably coming. So the promo will be entered for our website beginning of January. So you can enter that code if you purchase this online, or you can contact the registry and make a note of it in if you were to mail it in. All right, let's talk about our Caspian projects. Pretty much the same as last year. We're still looking at this mitochondrial DNA project. We made a little bit of headway. This is research to look at the Caspian bloodlines, our dam lines, and determine any possible relationships between foundation mares. We have a lot of foundation mares, and there's a lot that are represented well, and there's some that are pretty scarce. And it would be good to know if any of them are related. So if, for example, a scarce bloodline was actually related to one that's doing really well, then we wouldn't have to focus so much on that scarce one. I do want to add that some people will just say that you have to focus on them all no matter what, but from the perspective of people who have fewer resources and can't maintain a very large herd, this will help them decide what dam lines that they want to truly focus on. So if one is related to one that's doing well, you could probably shift to another rare dam line instead and focus on that one. So that's sort of the idea behind this project. And you know, we have a mentor on this who did her thesis for her degree, doctorate, I believe. I'll have to follow up with her to make sure that I've got her her credentials correct. But I think it was a master's. Well, regardless, she's done a lot of studying. Margot Brady has done a lot of studying on this topic, and she's been a nice person to offer guidance. So these are the lines that we have collected so far. We gained one more this last year, but we would like to see if we can gather these. Now, the one on the left is one that's only represented in the UK right now, I believe. And then the right-hand column, this is from what is called the smuggled horses, or you could call them the Turkish horses or Hungarian horses. Those references are basically from horses that were smuggled through Turkey into Western Europe, and then because they were Caspians, we decided to recognize them as Caspians, even though they didn't quite go through the correct channels, and rather than discard them completely, efforts were made to include them and see how their offspring would look. Now, it would be really helpful if we could get DNA on these mares as well, so that we can trace any relations to the other foundation horses. Conservation breeding project. This again is still in the idea phase of our project. How we can help people determine breeding for conservation and also breeding for show and performance. The two don't always agree or align. So the proposal is to shift over to have gold section A horses B for the breed standards and for type and for that showmanship horse performance, and then for the silver section B for the genetic diversity pool, these horses that didn't quite meet all standards, but we want to include them because of their genetic resources. This may take some more thought and careful planning to bring about. Project mentor is Dr. Dan Wharton on this. He has recommended this for improving the diversity in dog breeds. Of course, also runs into the politics that are involved in all breeds, no matter the species. So yeah, I sort of made a quick overview of this to propose what the different sections could be for. We could go a different route though, instead of making it sections, but just offer a grading system on the horses. So if they pass a specific grade, then they can have a premium certificate or something like this. Yeah, there's just a lot of thought around this. It's still in a sort of a cloud of ideas, not firmed up yet. Okay, this is the moment we've all been waiting for, right? And I'm sorry that, you know, it took so long to get here, but we're here. Welcome to the Talia Awards celebration. This celebration is about the best of the best for the year of all of our young stock that register with CHBA. This is a promotion to support breeders, and we're all happy for the nominees, and we're all happy for the winner. So first, let's get to know our judge. Our judge this year is Catherine Ayers. Catherine was bitten early by the horse bug and found she had a talent for judging when she earned the top spot in the state judging team for 4-H. And after traveling the Pacific Northwest representing the state, she went on to equine judging school in Spokane, Washington, USA. Catherine has judged many open and 4-H shows and enjoys judging small equines especially more than anything. She has raised and shown hackney ponies, classic and modern Shetlands, and miniature horses. She is currently an announcer for miniature horse shows here in the region. And here in the region meaning Washington State. So let's get to see our 2023 nominees. First up, we have Cascadia Winter Wonder. Winter came into the world between Christmas and New Year's Day, a belated gift that kept us waiting countless nights. We were pleased to welcome a filly from a depleted dam line, which was once prevalent in North America. Winter has been a social horse from the day she was born and enjoys interactions with humans, especially attention that involves treats or neck scratches. She is a colorful filly as well, inheriting her sire's chrome and primitive dun coloring, which is a nice bonus. And here is our lovely Cascadia Winter Wonder. Next up is Cascadia Fizzle Pop Berry Twist. This 2023 filly came into the world premature, shocking everyone by her unexpected early arrival. She's been through a rough early life, surviving a devastating impaction colic at 1 month old, which required days of hospitalization. We knew she was special and deserving of a chance at life, so we sacrificed what we had to so we could save her. We hope the future for this filly will be bright. She carries the rare Shirine dam line, and we want to ensure it will continue along with her bloodlines that also boast several less common foundation horses. And this is Fizzlepop Berry Twist. Cascadia Shadow. Shadow is our second black foal by MCC Taher's Takihiro and out of Adormi Scheherazade. She's a strong girl and a spitfire with a lot of energy. She was born with very long legs, making her one of our taller Caspians we have. She is also granddaughter of Sir Howie Resmenda and carries rarer bloodlines. We are delighted to see how quickly she learns and willing she is to keep trying. We look forward to watching her grow physically and mentally. And here is Cascadia Shadow. Cascadia Bucephalus. He is returning again from last year's nominations. Cascadia Bucephalus was excitedly welcomed into the world, a lovely 2022 colt that has grown into an incredibly social junior stallion. We are happy to have produced a well-rounded son of MCC Taher's Takihiro, a strong stallion with a good build and sweet face. Bucephalus's dam, Marquis Perseus, is a beautiful mare with very elegant features. This year, Bucephalus sustained an injury that required long recovery, but we're happy to report he was an excellent patient for the vet and is fully healed. And here is Bucephalus. Sassafras Lynn. Lynn inherited an awesome temperament from her sire, Crystal Mercury. She is gentle, willing, and never pushy. Lynn is a pleasure to be around. She is always friendly with humans and other horses. Lynn has much to offer, being slightly smaller at about 11 hands high. She should be a size reducer with larger Caspians and produce offspring that will stay within the breed standard. Depending on the stud she breeds to, her color genetics will allow her to produce any accepted Caspian color, which is icing on the cake. And here's Sassafras Lynn. Sassafras Nathaniel. Nathan is friendly and always ready for attention. He is full of curiosity and loves to check in with all his friends in the pasture. He is also quite playful. While playing, he shows off his elegant movement and athletic build. Not only is he a joy to be around, but he carries a rare sire line and is a genetic treasure with color as well. Nathan is a great all-around little horse and has a lot to offer the Caspian breed. And here is Sassafras Nathaniel. Sorry. And Sassafras George. What can I say about sweet George? He is extremely intelligent, so comes off as bold and inquisitive. But not only do we enjoy his friendly temperament, we admire his beautiful head and compact, well-muscled frame. He is a farm favorite and always catches our eyes. His bloodlines, top and bottom, are also extremely rare, which make him an essential stallion for the Caspian breed. We are hopeful to use him as a herd sire in the coming years. And here's Sassafras George. JPH Chicana Maribon. Maribon came from a South Texas farm that had acquired Caspians from a major importer decades ago. I fell in love with this pretty 2021 filly when she was offered for sale. She's still timid, but recently started warming up to us. She lets her curiosity get the better of her and enjoys coming up to people on her own terms. I feel we're making good progress with this sensitive soul. She's a nice mare from a herd that has some scarce bloodlines you can't really find anywhere else. And this is Maribon. Terra Star Charlie's Angel. Angel is a 2022 filly that was born to an abandoned Caspian mare we rescued and purchased from a boarding facility in Texas. We are so happy she is with us now. Angel is very playful and smart, and she runs like the wind. She also loves to be brushed, and carrots and peppermint bites will make you her best friend. And here is Angel. All right, those are our nominees. So I guess you're curious over who is the winner. Have I lost anyone? Are we all still here, ready for this? I don't have any special sound effects or drum roll, although I wish I did. So let me see if I can switch. No, you know what? Maybe we'll see if I can play the video that's coming up next and let the video announce it for us. So let's hope this works. And if it doesn't, then I'll just tell you, and then I'll try and fuss around with the video. There's our winner. Now there is no audio that I can hear. Let me know if you can hear the audio. So, since there's no audio, I will just make a few comments about Terra Star's Charlie Angel. Sorry, Terra Star Charlie's Angel. Terra Star Charlie's Angel is a gift to Tony and Byron, who rescued her and her mom from abandonment when they were in transit to, well, when Angel's mother was in transit to a new home. But Angel's mother was abandoned, and she was heavily pregnant. They were going to purchase her mother, and before they had the chance to get the funds together, the mother gave birth. The mother was CC Orphan Annie, and she came up from Mexico. So the breeder for Angel lived in Mexico and was dispersing her herd. And I would like to recognize the breeder as Tracy Adams. So she became concerned that this mare had disappeared, and she had no idea where she went or what happened. But she did find the posts about Orphan Annie being abandoned at a boarder's house, and was very relieved that Tony and Byron were able to adopt her. And as you can see, it really paid off because they did get a very nice, beautiful filly in Angel. Now, Angel's dam line is Jahan Afaruz. It's it's not extremely common, but it's not extremely rare. But she had a nice pedigree. She had a good inbreeding coefficient, and everything about her encompassed what people are looking for in a Caspian, and she's a great representative of the breed. And I look forward to what Tony and Byron will be doing with Angel in the future. She's young and she has a lot coming ahead of her. And there we go. So congratulations, Tony and Byron, on your wonderful little filly, and thank you for nominating her. Your award will be sent as soon as it's finished being engraved and all that fun stuff. So I don't have it with me to share. But let's see if I can switch over to my camera again. There we are. So just give me a second. This is the medallion. Can you see it? And we'll be mounting it on a plaque for you. And, you know, I would have been a little more prepared for this year, but it was just a crazy year. As you can see, our registry has been growing, and there's just a lot of work to do. So I do welcome anyone who wants to help and volunteer and keep things going. I could use the extra hands. Obviously, my tech guy could probably use an extra hand as well. But it's been great to do this, and I'm really proud of all the people who nominated horses this year. And it was a really hard decision. There were some really nice ones that were up in the running. And so don't feel dismayed if you didn't win. You did wonderful by participating and showing off your horses. It was great to see them all. So with that, thank you everyone for attending. It was more casual this year, and it may be because I just got real. I'm like, that's just me. So I'm here to help with any of your Caspian registration needs, and have a great evening, everyone. Now I'm going to see if I can log off of here, but I need my tech guy. So thank you, and have a wonderful evening and the rest of your night and weekend.